Massive spoiler warning for the Elbaf arc, up through Chapter 1183. If you're not caught up, bookmark this and come back. Because 6 months ago, this list would have looked completely different. One Piece just detonated its own power scale with the reveals of Emu's true form and Loki's Nidhogger. So today, the top 10 strongest characters in One Piece, fully updated, one character per spot, based on confirmed feats and direct statements from the manga as of right now. Let's get into it. Number 10, Marshall D. Teach, Blackbeard, opening the list with the series' biggest wildcard. Blackbeard remains the only confirmed dual Devil Fruit user in the story. His Dark Fruit nullifies opposing techniques on contact, and his stolen Quake Fruit gives him city-leveling destructive output. As the Elbaf arc plays out, he's still actively hunting for the One Piece alongside the Red Hair Pirates and Cross Guild, which means whatever he's building toward hasn't paid off yet. His danger right now is as much about what he's planning as what he's already shown. He ranks here because his proven combat feats, fight for fight, still sit below everyone ahead of him on this list. His ceiling is more about unpredictability than demonstrated top-end power. Number 9, Shanks. Shanks is still largely an inference-based ranking because we still haven't seen him in an extended real fight. But what we have seen remains some of the most casual top-tier feats in the series, stopping a full-force collision between two emperors with a single sword strike, ending a standoff at Marineford through presence alone. He's actively searching for the One Piece right now as the current arc unfolds in the background. He genuinely might be stronger pound for pound than his spot suggests. He's ranked here mainly because so much of his placement is reputation rather than a shown, sustained fight. Number 8, Kaido. Kaido spent the entire Wano arc as the single biggest obstacle in the series up to that point, and the title's strongest creature in the world was earned through decades of being functionally unkillable. But here's the thing that actually determines his current placement. The Elbaf arc has explicitly used Kaido as the measuring stick for how absurd its newest characters are. Reporting on the manga states outright that at least with the fruits revealed this arc is stronger than Kaido's Yuo no Mi, and that someone else entirely exists at a level Kaido can't touch. The story itself moved him down the board. You'll see exactly who in a bit. Number 7, Charlotte Lean Big Mom. Big Mom edges out Kaido specifically because of versatility. Her Soul Fruit doesn't just make her personally dangerous, it lets her generate an ever-growing army of living homies out of anything she touches, giving her a toolkit no single Devil Fruit user on this list can fully match. She and Kaido clashed directly once, and neither clearly won before Shanks stepped in, which puts her a notch above him for sheer unpredictability, even as both of them get dwarfed by what's happening in the current arc. Number 6, Monkey D. Garp. Garp holds a spot as one of the last living relics of the Roger era, an era every character in the story treats as containing power the current generation hasn't fully replicated. That framing has only gotten stronger this year, as the Elbaf arc has spent a year and a half digging into centuries-old, void century-era god-tier powers. Garp fought Roger to a standstill in that era, and is still walking around at full strength, which is more than most of the characters we've covered so far on this list can claim. Number 5, Monkey D. Luffy, Gear 5/Sun God Nika. Luffy makes the top 5, but with an important current arc caveat. Reporting on the manga has been explicit that the current final antagonist power outclasses Gear 5, and that his closest ally in this fight, whose power scale similarly to Luffy's, has actually had a better showing against that antagonist than Luffy has shown so far. The story is deliberately positioning Luffy as still catching up to the true top tier, which is exactly why the two of them are described as needing each other, functioning as the strongest active duo specifically, because neither one alone is confirmed to be enough against what's coming. Who that ally is, and who they're both up against, that's coming up. Number 4, Edward Newgate, Whitebeard. At his peak, Whitebeard was declared by the world government itself to be the strongest man in the world, a title given to no one else in the series with that level of unanimous official consensus. Even weakened by age and illness at Marineford, he fought to the combined forces of Marines, several warlords, and Blackbeard's entire crew before finally falling. He ranks ahead of the fighters we've covered so far specifically because Marineford remains the single greatest display of raw, world-ending destructive power the story has put on screen from a non-mythical, non-awakened god-tier combatant. Number 3, Gall D. Roger. Roger edges out Whitebeard for one specific reason. He's the only person confirmed to have fought Whitebeard to a genuine, extended standstill, and every character alive during that era, Garp Rayleigh Shanks, still treats Roger's strength as a benchmark nobody else has matched since. He conquered the Grand Line and reached Laugh Tale, something no one else in history has managed. He still ranks below the final two names on this list, specifically because the current arc has moved the goalposts into territory, void century gods, world-ending mythical Zoan fruits, that even Roger was never shown operating in. Number 2, Loki Nidhogg, warrior god of Elbaf. Loki is the single biggest new entry on this entire list. His Ryu no Mi model, Nidhogg, is a mythical Zoan explicitly stated in story to be even more destructive than Kaido's dragon form. His dragon form is described as larger than Kaido's Azure Dragon, capable of lightning strikes that can level entire islands, and a single casual attack of his was enough to wipe out an entire village. What separates him from everyone below him on this list? He's the only top-tier fighter shown genuinely tanking hits from Imu's awakened devil god form and landing real, damaging counters, including freezing Imu solid at one point using his weapon, Ragnir, and he hasn't even awakened his devil fruit yet. Analysts following the arc have pointed out that once he does, he's projected to potentially surpass Luffy's current form entirely. He sits at number 2 rather than 1 because the story has been explicit that even right now, at his current level, there's still a clear gap between him and the character above him. Number 1, Nerona Imu Akuma no Mi Devil God form, and the current number 1, and it's not close. Imu, after 8 years, is nothing but silhouette. Chapter 1179 revealed Imu as Saint Nerona Imu, king of the world, one of the first 20 founders of the world government, and the only one of them still alive 8 centuries later. His devil fruit is literally named the Akuma no Mi, the devil's fruit. Breaking the naming convention, every other fruit in the series has followed for nearly 30 years, which is the story's way of telling you this one doesn't play by the same rules. In his awakened devil god transformation, Imu's raw physical output alone was enough to one-shot Zoro, Sanji, and the giant warrior Hadrudin without treating any of them as a real threat. His arrival on Elbaf alone triggered a wave of conquerors hockey strong enough to instantly knock out nearby giants. Coverage of the arc has been blunt about it. Imu currently stands as One Piece's strongest character. Full stop. Strong enough that the story needed both Luffy and Loki fighting together just to have a chance against him. He tops this list because he's the answer to nearly 30 years of who's really the strongest debate. And unlike Roger or Whitebeard, whose strength is inferred from reputation, Imu's is something we're watching happen on the page right now. And that's the fully updated top 10. Reshuffled from where things stood even a year ago, because Oda detonated the power scale with Imu and Loki both getting full reveals in the same arc. One honest caveat. This arc is still ongoing as of this recording, so there's a real chance new chapters shift this ranking again, especially once Loki awakens his fruit, or once we see how Luffy actually responds. Treat this as a snapshot, not a final verdict. Let me know in the comments if you think Loki should be number 1 instead, or if Imu is still holding something back we haven't seen yet. Subscribe if you want this ranking revisited once the Elbaf arc wraps, and I'll see you in the next one.